boy. I don't think anyone likes Goto. I don't think anyone likes Goto. That was very quick.
Droid boy saved the
I
day.
can't believe we just blew up Goto's yacht. That's gonna destabilize crime throughout this whole
Who the
sector.
fuck are you? Oh,
Yeah,
God.
well,
Right.
you'll understand if I hold back the tears.
You don't understand. Crime in the YouTube system, it's like the
Wait, is that
economy.
YouTube?
Plus the power vacuum.
Was Goto running YouTube this whole time?
The YouTube system.
Yeah, well, at least we didn't find that Jedi Master.
Well,
with the weird
there's a lot of
name.
ways we could fix that.
Zezz-Kai, whatever it is.
Zezz-Kai Ell? Well, that's not true. I already found him. Actually, he found me first. He hired me to watch out for you, keep Goto off your back until he could meet with you.
Oh, please.
Then we
Oh,
headed back to
bugger
Rashida,
off.
to that safe house off the docks. I said I'd meet up with him there if we ran into any trouble.
What? Wow.
What do you want now?
If you thought to escape my notice so easily, you would be wrong. As a token of my goodwill, I present to you a gift. This droid.
What?
It will serve you well on your journey.
What?
Do you have questions? Better start asking some questions. A lot of question marks there.
So Goto's like, as long as you do the thing,
It's
right?
like, I mean, my ship, you blew up my ship, but, I mean, I need you to
I
stabilize the
still
Republic.
want you to do the thing. Okay, I think your gift is useless.
Sure.
You would be surprised at how little I care about what you think.
Fair.
As I indicated, this unit will remain with you and guard you. It will also serve as an effective voice for my orders during your journey.
And let me guess, if I fucking blow it up and some shit, you're gonna do what?
I cannot harm you. You are the key to saving the Republic. Pray that you do not prove yourself otherwise.
Goto has joined your party.
O-T-O has joined the party.
He has special powers over droids and cannot set off mine.
Can I set it to mute? Can I turn the volume down? How about that?
Oh, you probably can somewhere. There's probably a button on there somewhere.
Maybe I should shut it down. Is it actually a party member?
It is a party member, and you may want to keep on Goto's good side.
It's actually a... Oh, god damn it!
Okay, so I'm going to say something that may pique your interest.
Sell me on this fuck.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the funniest bit. I have never, once, ever put Goto in my party in any playthrough I have ever played through on. That being said, I would argue Goto is as interesting as Atton, if not more.
Fine. Sold.
So, you have returned from exile.
Where the fuck have you been?
If only to wander your old battlegrounds. But I did not think you would come to Nar Shaddaa. Still, you were always a difficult one to read, both when you were tied to the Force, and even more when it was lost to you.
Okay, back up. Where the fuck
have
were
you been?
You were supposed to be a good guy and helping us. We didn't see you once, old man.
Were you fucking gelling up your fucking tail?
Hey,
were you combing your
had to make sure to get the knots out of the precious few hairs you have
What
left.
did you call it again?
A skullet? I will show you a picture of a skullet.
I have
while
questions I
going through
want
this.
answered.
No doubt. I think the answers will provide us both with some measure of peace. I have kept secrets for far too long.
Where are all the Jedi?
Where are all the
They are
Jedi?
scattered, but there is purpose in their movements. It is both to hunt and draw out our enemies. Somehow, we, are being targeted through the Force, and when Jedi gather, we are vulnerable. So we have chosen places where it is difficult to sense others through the Force, whether on planets dense with life, or touched by war. In such places, we may conceal ourselves, gather information, without presenting ourselves as targets. It was part of Kavar's plan.
Okay, you got your asses blown out by something too strong, and now you're scattered to the winds. Got it.
Yeah. Now, before you do that, for anyone listening at home or playing along at home, I'm about to show Woolie Devin Townsend Skullet. First Google image, if you're curious, if you want to see what he's reacting to.
That's just cursed. Why would you curse me like this?
If it makes you feel any better, he no longer has this, but
He's a talented musician.
He
Why
shaved
would
off-
he do that?
He shaved it off and put it on a puppet.
That's awful. Respect down.
Respect go down.
Music go up. Respect go down. Right. So Jedi's was bitches. Okay. Plan. I had other questions. I know all that. What happens
What's the
now?
plan? What's the plan?
Well,
What was
yeah,
the plan?
Scatter to the winds.
What's Kavar's
You're
plan?
hiding. You're weak and you're hiding.
You're
Got
weak
it.
and you're hiding.
Yes, he felt if our enemy cannot detect us, then perhaps they would believe themselves victorious and show themselves. And we knew that the war would be lost if we continued to act as we had. I do not know where they wander now. There are few of us, though. Too few. And I have not heard from them in some time.
So basically, hey, we're gonna go hide and make the enemies think they win, so we can at least hit something.
Dude, like
Cowering out again.
But here's the problem, right? The Grand Master Plan is cowardice, sure. In the mission we just did, you woke me up and said, hey, I will follow ahead and do the cool thing and save ba-da-da-da, and if you want to protect your own interests, you will follow me. And then I did, and you were fucking gone.
He didn't show up once.
You cowered out on a small and grand scale. On a galactic and planetary scale. Alright? I would have had an ounce of respect for you if you introduced yourself in some competent form. But you are the second Jedi I've met who appears to be completely worthless.
That's fair. I think that's a very, very fair assessment.
She's on Telos.
Atris, but I had thought she had gone to KOTOR with the others.
Yeah, well, you thought wrong.
You sound surprised.
Yes, she holds the last of the Jedi teachings. It is good she survived.
Why didn't you go?
To Qatar.
I had not finished my investigations here, and I did not wish to reveal myself. There was nothing I could do.
Convenient. Convenient.
Smells like bitch. That's the kind of answer that you give when you're like you're really just you're gonna rationale your way around the situation, but
Yep.
you couldn't do shit. You're right. There
Yep.
was nothing you could do.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you just say that last part first?
Yeah.
And then go just read this whole thing backwards. There was nothing I could do, thus I did not wish to reveal myself.
I was instead going to investigate.
Because all I could do is investigate.
All I could do was watch because I'm fucking useless.
It's like when you say like I was investigating, the implication is that so that when I found out I'd be able to do things. But just read your sentence backwards and you'll find out the truth here.
Yeah.
I had other
What I
questions.
can tell you, I will.
What happened to them? We kind of found out. You kind of said that, but let's get the specifics.
It is a long story, but there is no harm in you knowing. And someone should know. Only a handful of us remained after the Jedi Civil War, barely 100 in number. Then, even that 100 began to vanish, in places where the Force seemed blind. The only pattern we determined is that when Jedi gathered, they were seen no more. At the last Jedi conclave on the Miraluka world of KOTOR, the entire planet was wiped out, an entire race destroyed, because the Jedi chose to gather there. It was only then that we realized we were facing something far more powerful than we knew how to fight.
You said they were Force sensitive, but were they light leaning or dark leaning?
Oh, definitely light leaning.
Okay.
For sure light leaning. Which is even more interesting considering we have a Miraluka Sith,
Yeah.
which is definitely interesting. But they are definitely light leaning.
We also have good guy Darth Maul.
Yep.
So
Yep.
he was on the fucking council in the room, wasn't he?
Yes, he was one of the masters.
He
that
was
sent
one
it
of the
to-
assholes
This is one of the
sitting
guys
around
we were
me.
looking for.
Yeah.
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 In regular old peasant clothes.
Just hanging out.
Yeah. Being about as useful as he was back in the war.
So you retreated.
We could not allow the fact that when we gathered, we placed everything around us at risk. A Jedi's life is sacrifice, but we
There's
cannot
that line again.
allow our presence or actions to endanger others. And we cannot fight an enemy that will not reveal itself. But any Jedi, anyone who is strong in the Force, who attempted to track down such a threat, vanished without a trace.
Okay, so you're hiding, but you were hiding from something that you otherwise couldn't find?
because the hopes were hide and hope the threat would reveal itself, because every time we revealed ourselves to go after it, they died and vanished.
Okay, but before that, when you were gathered, where was the threat? It showed up, did it not?
Well, basically, it was, I believe Atris mentioned that, is that, yeah, they gathered on basically gathered over
Yes.
there to, I assume, well, it was a conclave, first off,
Yes.
so obviously that's where they were. And then clearly it painted the biggest target on their backs, and then the planet got wiped out.
But what I'm saying is, for the thing to happen, would the enemy not reveal itself before these actions took place? Because, like, if you're saying they stayed hidden the entire time, then I can understand his actions. But if he's saying that they showed up then, and now they're hidden again, it's like, well, were you too weak to deal with them the first time?
Probably. I think that's the big one, as we'll obviously get more information as the story as we go, but basically, yeah, it's because there was also the line way earlier on where Kreia mentioned that these type of Sith that we have been fighting feed off the energy of strong Jedi. So basically, the stronger they are, the stronger their target, the stronger they are.
Okay.
So it's almost like a literal power matching, which we used as an excuse to be like XP. But if that's the case, then that means even if you're a strong Jedi and reveal yourselves, that means that the Sith coming for you are going to be probably as powered up because they're coming after you, right?
Okay. And if you couldn't find them, then you couldn't swing first.
Yeah.
Fine.
Plus,
so-
Krusty Boy's been leading a bunch of assassins, which have been... The whole point is to take them out when no one's looking.
Yes.
Whereas Hungry Boy has been the more blunt approach of literally, I'm just going to swallow worlds.
Yeah. Okay. Any Jedi who was strong in the Force who attempted to track them such as that vanished without a trace. Tell me about the threat.
I know little about it. I know more of the absence it leaves behind than its face. Whatever this threat was, it was targeting us and everything around us. Yet it was somehow weak enough that it was afraid to confront us openly. If it believed us defeated, then perhaps it would finally show itself. It was a faint hope, but it was the best we had. It was Kavar's plan. He was always the greatest tactician among us, and had seen war more than the rest of us.
Okay, it wasn't like Taris. It just made everything on the planet die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah, it didn't blow up the planet. It killed the planet.
Okay, that's different. That's different. All right.
Very well.
Which I would argue is far more devastating. We're just a planet wiped completely of life.
Right. It wasn't a shot. It wasn't a cracker. It wasn't a force that
It wasn't a Death Star.
It was a murder all life thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes me wonder what Bao-Dur did back then too. Actually, if that's a little bit similar.
Oh, I'm sure we'll find out what's going on as we get into it.
A little familiar, possibly. Okay. So, what was your reasoning?
Yeah, why'd you kick me out?
We told you it was because you followed Revan to war, but you ask because you are not certain of that answer. Nor were we. The day we cast you out, that is the moment I decided to leave the Order, because I do not believe we truly faced the reasons you were exiled, and if we do not examine such truths, then we are already lost. I think it was because we were afraid.
Fascinating.
It is a difficult thing to live one's life with the Force. To see a vision of what it would be like to be severed from it, it is more frightening than you know.
So they looked upon you, who had separated themselves completely from the Force, and were terrified.
Yeah.
Probably,
Okay.
and that makes sense if you're literally your entire life as I'm one with the Force, and then you see someone separated from it.
You take the Force away from a Jedi, would they continue to be a good person?
Not even a good person.
Would they continue to believe and act in the way that they think
Yeah.
the universe would maintain the most balance?
Well, not even that, but like Kreia brings us up way early on, back when we were on Telos, where like you take away the best Jedi, you take away the Force, and what do you got left? You just got a dude or a chick, and it's like, have you seen and watch them pick up a blaster, see how well they're good with that.
Yeah.
They're gonna look like a child,
But
right?
not just a dude or a chick that's closed themselves off from everything else that's
Yeah.
made them human.
Yeah.
And now they've taken away the thing that they sacrificed that humanity for.
Yeah.
So you're even more stunted.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, okay.
And you could easily just apply this to the Sith as well too. You take away fucking Palpatine, you take away his Force, and what do you got? You got a fucking crippled old man.
So I suppose, right. And I suppose it depends on the Jedi, on the individual, and whether or not they were a person of, like, where their convictions lie, I should say.
Yeah. Like, you take away Jolie Bindo's Force powers, he's probably going to be okay.
Probably fine.
Probably going to be okay, right?
Right, exactly. He was not defined by his Force powers.
Yeah.
He was defined by his decisions,
Yeah.
and the Force came after them.
Again, take away fucking, Sidious, take away Vader, take away any of these guys. Vader might even actually die because it's the suit and the Force that's kind of sustaining him.
I would possibly even argue that, like, I'm not 100% sure on it, but I get the vibe that, like, Yoda would be someone that would be, like, scholarly and probably, like, figure a way out of diplomatic way out, you know, and still possibly even, like, function as a sort of sage of sorts.
Yeah, well, you
know?
could still be an advisor, still an intelligent guy.
Still an intelligent person, exactly, right? But a lot of, like, I don't want to say meatheads, because they're not meatheads. They're not. But
I know you're going. Think about how your entire combat training relies on you using the Force, and like, imagine an entire martial art that requires magic, and now you can't even do the martial art because you don't have the magic.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even. It's like even all the techniques you've learned, all the fighting styles, don't really translate one to other things.
And the most perfect textbook Jedi never opens their mouth up to say anything that does not have to do with the Force.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon. Has Qui-Gon had any line, any point, and any in fucking Phantom Menace that was not related to? Probably,
listen,
but
we all have that one friend who's at least one friend. I'm sure we can all name it. Who just they have that one thing they can't stop talking about, and that's all they know, and that's the only thing they want to talk about.
Digimon.
That's their only interest. And you're
Josh and Digimon.
And it's great, it's great seeing that kind of stuff and that kind of passion for things. But after, like, the 40th time hanging out with him, it's like, okay, we got it. This is what you love. We got it. Can we talk about do you have any other interest? No, you don't. It's just the Force. Okay. Yeah. All right.
But here's the thing, right? I don't want to go down that like, to go down that road as well is to say, like, okay, so if you took this thing that was precious and important and defined their life away from them, it would be the worst, right? Fine. If you are confronted with an example of that in front of you, and it's almost like something you've never considered, and thus you're terrified of seeing it, and you don't have the tools to deal with this confrontation, that says something else about your ability to, like, I guess, adapt and learn and, like, live. You know, it shows that you are very much stunted in where you're at.
And then the irony is, fear leads to the dark side. You're afraid of the thing in front of you, right? So here you are, a Jedi Master who's terrified of the thing in front of you.
Yeah. Although, again, to talk about that video that I mentioned with the earlier, it is okay and normal to feel fear about losing the things you love.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? That is a very healthy emotion to experience. So,
wait a minute. Is this philosophy bad?
Very interesting.
Hey, I had other questions.
Very well.
The council was confronted with some shit it didn't like. I want to go deeper down that fucking road, but here we are.
We may have to find some more masters and get their takes.
I suppose we will. Nar Shaddaa, why are you here?
I had thought perhaps that here upon the smuggler's moon, I might find some evidence of the threat we faced. The bounties on Jedi and their disappearance. I did not believe the two were connected, but there was a chance. And the strong currents of life here on Nar Shaddaa make perceiving a Force user difficult. I could use it to cloak my movements and watch without being discovered.
That is not the only reason you came here to hide. Thank God we have all these checks.
Yeah. What's the Jedi equivalent of Krillin? Right? You're not a Saiyan. You're the strongest human, and you're like, well, I guess I'll be a cop for now. That'll help people, right? That's I think that's the ideal mentality, right?
Yeah.
Lost the Force. All right, what's the next best thing I can do?
There's got to be a Jedi. I can. That's the equivalent. Oh, not even just lost the Force, but just like,
what's the next best thing?
Yeah, like,
you know?
I'm a Force user, but I can. I mean, I guess.
I ain't doing anything fancy right now.
I ain't throwing lightning. I ain't catching lightning.
I ain't tossing sabers around.
Yeah.
How can I help?
It's probably something in the post movie or the original, like Kyle
Katarn.
Yeah, it's probably Kyle
Katarn.
Yeah, especially with his whole deal. That's probably the best example.
That's not the only reason you came here to hide.
No, you are right. That is not the whole truth.
Warp, warp.
It is difficult to detect a Force user on Nar Shaddaa, and I knew it. This threat we face, it leaves wounds in the Force when it strikes. It leaves nothing.
And you're super afraid.
Yeah.
To live life without the Force, to vanish and die and leave only an echo, it was terrifying. To be connected to all life around you, then to have it stripped. I can only imagine what it must have been like for you. But even that imagining cannot compare with the truth. But there is more than that. On Nar Shaddaa, one cannot escape what was left from the Jedi Civil War. From the failure of the Masters, from our failure to properly train Jedi, came disaster. And I wondered if perhaps the teachings of the Jedi had been our failing all along. There have been so many failures by teachers who believed in the code with all their being. Master Arca failed Ulic, as Master Boss failed Exar Kun, as Kay and Zar and the others of the Council failed Revan and Malak.
Apt.
For all the acts we do to preserve the galaxy, from such an arrogance that all we do is right and just, I wonder if there is a counter effect that is created that strikes back at us. Exar Kun, Ulic Keldroma, Malak, Revan, you, all Jedi. There is something wrong in the Force, a wound, a sound that is growing, like a scream. You can hear it echo on Nar Shaddaa, sometimes when the moon is on orbit. It is a frightening thing to feel, that perhaps being connected to all life is not enlightenment at all, but simply another doom. And I think that maybe, perhaps, to forsake the Force as you did, to cut loose our bonds, may not be the wrong thing to do. You taught me something important in the Council Chamber long ago, Exile, and it has stayed with me all these years. You were right to do what you did. Everything you did.
Huh.
There is a lot to unpack there. That is a long-ass speech with a lot of shit. Going
Okay,
back,
so-
basically, hey, guess what? The Jedi teachings, we failed everyone. And
So-
it consistently failed everyone.
So the first thing that comes to mind is, all right, Cletus gets credit for walking out upon the realization.
Yeah.
As opposed to
Doubling down.
sticking it out, doubling down, and going, no, the teachings must be right.
He's not
Tradition
Atris.
must be right.
He's not. He's the. I would say one of the polar opposite to Atris. Atris is I went even harder.
That's
fuck
what I
you.
was about to say.
Yeah, and he's like we fucked up.
Right.
Oh shit.
To your credit, you walked, right? You handed in your badge and fucking... Well, you didn't hand in your badge
Yeah.
and gun, but you walked, you pieced, you
Yeah.
left. And that is probably the best thing you can do outside of directly confronting everyone else about it and going, can we talk about this? Right? Atris absolutely could not handle it, right?
Wait, no. It's the children who are wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
And on worse yet was that, like, whereas he looked at it from the point of view of, like, we failed these people and they went this way, and each one of them went the way that they thought was the most righteous. They followed what they thought was just, and we were stopping them from doing that. Luke Skywalker. Where Atris is to the point where she's like, no, but you were able to suss out the fact that, yeah, she not only felt that way, she wanted to follow you.
Yeah.
And
she was
fucking
too afraid.
and pushed that shit down.
Yeah.
Because the teachings, though.
Yeah, the teachings are the true path. You're all idiots. Shut up, though. When the teachings have consistently proven they've consistently failed, because it constantly happens.
If this game is about flying around the galaxy and meeting broken Jedi, I'm so here for it.
Hey, guess what? I get the
I'm
feeling.
so here for it.
Well, so far that's two broken Jedi who are in two different directions of broken.
Completely broken in different ways.
Yeah.
Fascinating. I need to know.
Wooly, this is everything you've wanted.
This game would never... They'd never...
No,
They
in
would
Disney
never.
era, they would never
They
allow a game
can't.
like this to get greenlit. This would no. Jedi are good.
The
Sith
good
bad.
guys. Good guys. Stop. Don't question it.
Yeah.
Why did they go this way?
Yeah.
It's so much better. It's so much better.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Woolie, we are just getting started. We are just getting started.
Dude, Star Wars can be so good if they let it.
And this is why I like KOTOR.
If they let it be good, it could be so good all the time.
Indeed. And
Oh
it's clear
my
they got
God.
people. And so, I'm just a slight detour. This is why I haven't given up on the High Republic, because I'm like, what if there is a writer like this
The
in that
potential
group?
is there,
Like,
man.
just give a new environment, give a writer with this type of writing a chance, and we could end up with some cool shit if you let people do it. Just let people fucking explore weird bullshit. Make the kid stuff for the kid stuff. Make the kids, make the Star Wars kiddie movies for the kiddies and stuff like that. And the Jedi. But give us the deep cuts.
Neat.
Give us the B-sides. Give us that shit. This is all the really interesting stuff, and you can explore so many concepts outside of the Sith and Jedi. Just in Star Wars, you can use as a deconstruction and explore everything.
So in this conversation, in this moment, in what he's saying here, he's having that like drop the coffee cup moment of look at history, asshole.
Yeah.
Look at every single fucking Sith that you have a name for.
Yeah.
That's become a big problem.
Yeah.
Where did they come from?
They came from a Jedi. Best part, it's that line of dialogue we're seeing right at the top of the screen. You were right to do what you did. Everything you did. Like, he is completely went, oh, we fucked up 100%. We keep causing fucking Sith and Dark Jedi, and everything you did was the correct thing to happen.
Like, the order continue, the order exists, and like, here's the thing, right? Balance says that there needs to be both.
Yes.
Right, if you're going by that.
Yeah.
But the Sith are going to grow and try to grab power and
Yep.
try to do horrible things, and you're gonna have to stop them, and that's how you do the thing.
Yeah.
The idea that, like, continuing to keep things the way they are and the teachings the way they are, you will encounter personalities that are dropped into the wrong place at the wrong time and forced to make the quote-unquote wrong decisions that lead them down the dark side.
Yeah.
But what they're doing is actually what someone who believes... not someone who believes the right thing, but, like, someone who is clearly, like... You're forced to choose between your teachings and what is clearly like the correct decision, the moral choice, right?
Well,
and if the teachings go against something that is a moral choice, that's a fucked up like situation to put someone in.
Well, using kind of like the idea, going back and talking about like, oh yeah, the Sith will always, grab to power and da-da-da-da-da. I would argue the Jedi will always grow and be just, guardians of peace and justice, and will become holier than thou. Like as they become more just and become the biggest force and become the most unrivaled force, they will believe themselves holier thou, believe themselves we know all the answers, and then something will fuck up that they just completely didn't look over because they're like, we have all the right answers, i.e. the Mandalorian Wars, i.e. literally everyone from fucking Anakin Skywalker to Revan to everyone, and go, no, we have all the answers, right?
Like and at the end of the day, Anakin was looking out for his immediate family, right? Whereas Revan was like, these strangers across the fucking galaxy that we don't know, are dying. It's like even to that degree of separation, it's like it's still the right thing to do. And I don't know if you remember, Yoda goes, "Hey man, rejoice in death, for they've become one with the Force."
So I'm at now. Double back on that for a second. I know we still got things. I know. But double back on the second. I'm going to be one with the Force. I get to join with everyone I've ever known through the Force. Oh no, my Force can be I can be disconnected from the Force by this Sith attack.
Uh-oh.
That has got to be the most terrifying thing, right? Oh no, not only can this Sith Force kill me, they can kill me and the Force at the same time.
has been disconnected?
Indeed.
Bell, where you at?
Exactly.
Videotron, where you at?
So
Comcast? AOL? Oh god.
Oh,
no bars.
Oh no.
Bar, Wi-Fi down. Okay.
All right.
3G.
Let me just go to Google real quick and figure. Wait.
I do. Internet down.
Indeed.
No connection.
No connection. No respawning for you.
Rejoice in death because at least they will join the... No, they won't.
No, they won't. Not with this threat. This threat targets that specifically.
Fuck.
All these Jedi don't even get to join the Force.
Fuck.
Your entire dogma. Don't worry, when you die, you'll become one with the Force and be at complete harmony. Oh, fuck. What do we tell them?
Now
what do we tell them?
what?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now the question is, where do you go from there?
Yeah.
Right? So he went to this point. Okay.
Yeah. So, other questions. Let's finish up with this guy's got to say. He's got a couple more things to say.
Huh.
All right. Why did you cut me off from the Force?
Is that what you think? We did no such thing, but it is a technique that has been used as punishment in the past, yes. It is a rare sentence, and to my knowledge, it has only been done once, at a moment where a Jedi discipline has failed. What caused your loss, I fear, was different. I am not certain I understand it. We did not understand it fully then, and only recently do I feel we may have become enlightened. The other masters may have more knowledge of this, but I do not, and I do not know if they even live. Does it matter? It seems your power has returned. Perhaps the loss was not a loss at all.
So I think that's very important to distinguish because they didn't cut you off. They didn't do it. They have done it, and they've done it at least once.
And they know about it.
There is a technique to cut off, but they did not cut you off from the Force.
This is not what happened.
No, that is not what happened.
Well, that's a very important distinction.
Yeah, but also that means there is absolutely techniques in the Force to cut you off from the Force.
Yeah. You whisper to the wills and talk mad shit about the person, and then the wills are like, oh god, a word? And the wills, the little fairies, fly away and go, all right, leave that guy alone.
Yeah.
So they basically then acted as if they did?
Well, you just assumed they did, right? Because you left as soon as you left the chamber.
And Kreia assumed they did because she said it earlier.
Did she?
Yeah, she acted as if they did.
Well, she replied in a thing of, did they cut me off from the Force? It's like they may have.
Well, the conversation with her was what taught me about me being cut off. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was the thread the train of thought there.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, I'm sure we'll get more information.
Whatever the fuck Granny's up to.
I trust at this point, considering everything she said and done, I trust some things. We'll take with a grain of salt.
Certainly.
Because she's right about some things, and then she turns around and fucking starts zapping and booty smacking party members, going, shut the fuck up.
She could have been right about everything. I saw that cutscene. Okay.
Very well.
What else you got? Nar Shaddaa,
and then Force. At the end of my trial,
you and the other masters said
something had happened to me. What is it?
So the records of your trial were found. Good. Sometimes I think this galaxy would be a better place if there were less Jedi secrets.
Thank you.
But I have no answer for you, as much as I would like to give one. We vowed never to speak of it. And although I would not keep promises to Jedi, I keep promises I make to others. And Kavar was a friend. If we were gathered as one, then the promise might be revoked. Until then, I can say nothing.
Okay, wait, sorry. What was the first sentence?
You can ask it again.
Yeah. Let me just do it one more time.
Very well.
At the end of my trial.
So the records of your trial were found. Good. Sometimes.
Okay, right.
And Kavar.
Yeah.
Very well.
So I know, but I'm not going to talk about it until we get together with things. Even though he already kind of let it slip that whatever happened to us terrified them.
Yeah. Well, he let it slip that they didn't do it.
Yeah.
And they saw you and went like, "Oh, what the fuck?
What the fuck is that?" Yeah. And then, okay, what's the next one? We've got,
and then decided to exile him.
Yeah. Well, they were going to exile you anyways.
Because of
the Reverend thing. But
that changed the situation.
Yeah. And I'm sure we'll get different perspectives on it from the other masters as we come across them, right? But this guy seems to be pretty like, okay, we fucked up.
Yeah.
We fucked up.
Yeah, no, he's real.
Yeah.
Cletus is real.
Do you know anything about Force bonds and how to end them?
Yes, such bonds are a connection that can be
Granny's like,
yeah.
In the understanding that grows between master and apprentice. It is most common between two beings who are sensitive to the Force. It allows the transmission of feelings, of influence. It was something you were gifted with, as I recall, before your fall. You formed such attachments easier than most, even to those who could feel the Force only faintly. Even Brooke could not ignore
I'm special,
it, which is
okay.
saying
Yep.
something.
That's your big gimmick. is
Okay, I can bond up
You can bond up. You are an
all day.
influencer.
Big bond, big bond.
You are a Jedi influencer.
big bond boys.
That's your class.
I guess technically Kreia would be sort of a master, and I would be the Padawan if you were to look at that.
Yeah,
if
in that
you were
regard.
To, I'm just picturing the.
Although master of what?
Yeah. Well, whatever you fucking click, I suppose.
Yeah.
Although, like, just I'm thinking of like Atton's technique of like shoot the Padawan, make the master panic.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Kreia and fucking Fanny are there, and just you shoot me, and Kreia just goes,
Idiot.
fucking dork. Got your kneecaps blasted out.
Yeah. Get up, bitch.
Loser.
All right. Is there a way to remove such a bond?
Yeah. There's XP for you if you get up. Crawl.
Yeah, exactly. Struggle against that flesh wound, that blaster wound. You'll become stronger for it.
Okay, is there a way to remove such a bond?
Or I have developed
I
it
do
yet.
not know. A bond between two living beings is not something easily broken. It is not a choice. It is like breaking a feeling, like turning away from the Force. To break a bond, your feelings would have to change, or one of you would have to die. But even then, the bond wouldn't go away. It would simply be empty. A wound.
You're literally describing a relationship.
Yep. Also, if someone died and you had to feel it, that would probably feel really bad.
Ooh, real rough.
Atton, thoughts?
Thoughts? Yeah, you got
Comments?
any techniques for that?
Very well.
I think we got that's most of it. And then
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, get up. I don't think we need to go
I
that way.
see. You got
need to go that route.
I get to scroll to see that one.
Yeah. If you go down to the bottom and do that last one, we should be able to get through there. Do you know what force spawns?
Yes, such
Da-da-da-da,
bonds are
click through
connected
that.
as most-
Da-da-da-da,
with
click through
something
that.
even
Da-da-da-da,
Brooke couldn't.
da-da-da-da. Okay. So to get out of this without stabbing him with a lightsaber is that is all I wish to know. What happens now?
Right, okay. So then, I take it this is also, if you were going to play the other way,
Hey, how do you want to play this?
this would be one of the 33% of your swing, win.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Okay, so we're going to meet 3 people.
Well,
we're gonna
basically,
have conversations with them.
Do you want 4, right? 4 planets.
Sure. And in each case, it's a learn what you can, and then if you want to go whoop and then swing, then the pendulum flies way hard in the other direction.
Yeah, basically it's, hey, assemble all the Jedi like Atris wanted us to do so we can try and figure out what the hell's going on with this threat. Or fuck all y'all. I hate all y'all. And I'm going to take myself some Force vengeance right now. Yeah.
It's interesting how, like, they give you more they always give you the elaborate choices in this game, right? Where it's like, you can be like, fuck the Jedi, I'm all about the Sith, yay Sith. Or you can be like, fuck the Jedi, fuck the Sith, I'm all about me. And there's a distinction between the two.
Yeah, which ironically is still the Sith.
It is.
Which is it's absolutely the Sith.
But
it's written, especially in this game, in such a way that there's a distinction, but it's not I'm comic book evil. It's like no, all about me, which is ultimately the Sith.
Who's wearing Team Bad Guy jersey? Right?
Yeah,
You're just like,
exactly.
nah, me.
Yeah.
Me though. What
That's
happens
all I
now?
wish to know. What happens now?
Now I must take up the role I was ready to cast aside. This threat has finally revealed itself, and we Jedi will need to stand together. I did not speak fully of what I have felt. Staying on Nar Shaddaa, it is an exile of sorts, one that I have chosen. I, too, lost a Padawan on Malachor, not to the battle, but to the alternative, to the teachings that Revan brought from the unknown regions. And I was not the only Jedi Master to watch a student turn on them.
Who was it?
Who was your student?
No.
Salt in the
it's not
wound.
there.
Salt in the wound.
Okay, so you blame them. To fight the Mandalorian Wars was no betrayal. Your students, your disciples, were taught to protect innocence, even when you would not. To fight in the Mandalorian Wars was no betrayal.
No, they were not to blame, but many of the Order did so. It was a difficult time, a time of
Good. I'm glad he's like, no. I don't blame them.
Perhaps
Good.
the Council
It's
That
us.
would have been
our fault.
a contradiction.
had
Yeah.
grown arrogant in their teachings. It is easy to cast blame.
Boy, is
but
it.
It is perhaps time the Order accepted responsibility for their teachings
Hey.
Like this, man.
and their arrogance, and come to recognize that perhaps we are flawed.
I wonder.
Not once did I hear one of the Council claim responsibility for Revan, for Exar Kun,
Fucking preach.
for Uth,
Fucking
for
preach.
Malak, or for you. Yet, you were the only one who came back from the wars to face our judgment. And rather than attempting to understand why you did what you did, we punished you instead. Our one chance to see where we had gone wrong, we cast it aside. And now
He knows how much he
that
fucked up.
decision has come back to us.
You did
We
return.
Carry with it our destruction. Perhaps there is something wrong in us, in our teachings, and though I tried, I could not cause that thought to leave me, so I left the Council. And I was not the only one. That is why many scattered, and why many in the Republic do not trust us, and why we do not trust ourselves. Make no mistake, I am no Jedi. This is the end, you see. After this, there will be nothing. And I think it will be for the best. Do you wish to do battle now? I have nothing more to say.
Can't you just go transparent and drop into a pile of clothes? We got to do it like this. Okay, here. Sorry, go ahead.
I do like that. Let us end this. I am sick of your ramblings.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
I'm fucking done. But yeah.
So 2 thoughts. One, it didn't even occur to me, actually, the difference between the fact that Malak and Revan just pieced and went like, all right, this is how we roll now, right? Whereas you, a pretty powerful Jedi, actually went, let's go back. You actually turned up
Yeah. To the door.
to the door and said, what's up,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, even though mentally you checked out,
Yeah.
but you showed up.
And you are the only one who did that.
No one ever did.
Yeah.
And that's super significant because it shows mentally where you're at.
Yeah.
Right? You're at a point where you're like, let's talk then.
Yeah.
Right? I'm here. Let's see what's up.
Something fucky happened. That last battle was bad. Something fucked up and happened to me. I am literally coming to the Council for your wisdom.
Right,
What's up?
right.
Oh, you're punishing me and exiling me.
Right.
Okay.
Did you see that documentary about the Flat Earthers?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Okay, so
Behind the Curve, I love that
we
one.
talked about this a little bit before, but the best line in the movie, in the documentary, is when there's a gathering of interns in
the bar?
at the bar,
Yeah, yeah.
people that work for NASA.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And a dude gets up on the mic and he goes, so the thing about Flat Earthers is that they have the same curious minds that led us to become people that work for NASA. They led us to become scientists and physicists and everyone that you see here. The difference is somewhere along the line, the system failed them.
Yes.
We failed them.
Yeah.
Right? And instead of it's a before you go and like mock them and make fun of them, realize that if they were not steered down the wrong path, right, that same curiosity could have had them like working with us, hand in hand.
I mean, there are several experiments that they do in the actual movie, the Flat Earthers do, to try and prove the world is flat, that are scientifically sound, but they're coming at it from the other direction. They want a result, and they're trying to use the data to get the thing instead of asking the question. And they do it, and it's like they get the one thing that's like, let's check the angle of the Earth as we rotate, and they like, weird, we keep getting it. Oh, the equipment must be wrong, or the one where they do the laser test with the from a distance.
Yes.
And it's like weird. Yeah, if the Earth was flat, we'll be able to see the whole thing, and it's like, no, that's a smart experiment to do, and it's showing you that the Earth is not flat. They're doing the right things.
The LOL moment is actually they did it smartly and soundly.
They're just
when they saw the correct result, which was a brilliant test to do, they went, "No, that's not right."
Yeah,
because they were looking for the confirmation bias.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But if you talk to those people, walk it back and go, hey, let's get some common ground here. Let's
How
talk
did you
about
get
this.
here?
How did you get here? You can in a lot of cases, you can pull him back. You got oh my god, I can't think of his name. It's the black guy who brought back the KKK guys. Daryl Davis.
That guy.
I can't remember. Like same thing. Literally common ground of music.
Sure.
And he basically was like, hey, look, hey, guess what? KKK guys, black guys. not scary.
Yeah,
Not bad.
You've got Muskovich's family with Scientology as well
exactly.
as Leia Remini,
Yeah.
right? You've got all these cases. You've got the
Are you making a case for just talk? Are you making a big case for just talk? Is Woolie Madden?
I was gonna say this the whatchamacallit the Baptist church.
Which one?
The super Westboro Baptist Church.
Yeah.
Right, and then the daughter that left. Right, in all these cases, it's like, hey, let's figure this out. Let's figure you out. Let's figure out what's going on here. Right, a potential Sith Lord goes ding dong. Hey guys, so I left because I disagreed with everything you did, and that went really bad. And now I'm here. What's up? And everyone went, fuck you!
Idiot, you fucked up.
Get out!
Give me your lightsaber, bitch, and leave. You're no longer welcome here. Where the fuck do you think they're gonna go?
H just grabs the lightsaber, goes,
and then all you need is you got pockets. You got Darth pockets literally on the way out going, oh, man, I'm really sorry that they just didn't like you. You know, you want to come back to mine? We can hang out, chat for a minute. We'll get some beers. It'll be good.
We're still doing the right thing.
Yep, you can come over to us, and that's literally how all this shit keeps happening.
And all you had to do, as he rightfully pointed out, is take the minute to assess and look back on what you've learned and actually error correct, course correct.
Exactly.
But when you come from a place where the books are set in stone and tradition is set in stone, there is no course correction.
But Woolie, that's hard. That requires self-reflection. And you can't expect the Jedi Master to self-reflect.
It's also very scary to think that the teachings could possibly be wrong.
Indeed.
Because if they're wrong about this, what else were they wrong about?
I mean, what? No, don't question the sacred text. Shut up. We're going to kill you now. We're going to disconnect you from the Force. So I think Zezz-Kai Ell here has gone a little bit too far the other way and went, what is the fucking point? You want to just kill me?
I suppose there's that.
So that's what I think that first line is like, hey, wait. Jedi have done good. We haven't done all bad. They haven't all done bad. They've done some good, though.
Last really quick thing I wanted to say is, do you think that given all these flaws, we don't know the nature of what Luke revised when he created the new Jedi Order?
Mm-hmm. Not in the movies, but
I hope that we find out the specifics of it.
We're never going to find out.
But it would be so cool to learn about...
What it went like, okay, this was good, not this.
Fuck that. Fuck that. That's all right.
Now, I assume they probably did that in the original book, like the book series and stuff, where they probably delved more into like the new Jedi Order and stuff like that. I assume they did that. I've never read them, but again, those are no longer canon.
Because what I really hope is that he Jeet Kune Do'd that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right? He looked through the ancient Shaolin martial arts.
Yeah.
He looked through Bagua and Wushu and fucking Wing Chun and all of it, and just went Jeet Kune Do this shit. Take everything efficient.
Just literally ripping out the pages like, yeah, that's cool. We'll take that. We'll
burn
take that.
the fucking rest.
Throw the rest out. That's
and then
garbage.
meant, hey, let's make a new academy. If that's what Luke did, it would be so cool.
And I'm assuming that's what he probably did in the books, because I feel like from just hearing how upset everyone was with this character in the sequel movies, that they just kind of boiled it down to like a two-dimensional character. Or a one-dimensional character. That's probably, they go into that. There's a lot of books and a lot of stuff to read that I haven't read, so not a source of knowledge on that. But I have to assume they delve into that. They also delve in a lot more concepts of the Sith too. But
because I have mad respect for Luke, but like
if you just repeated the same mistakes of the past
after defying them and succeeding through his defiance,
that would be a huge
failing of the character.
Yeah, which sucks because that's kind of what they frame him as in the movies a little bit, where they're
but grumpy Luke was also like, man, this shit's stupid, right?
Well, he's
but that's also
this shit's stupid because he almost
fucked up himself.
He exactly. He almost struck down one of those guys and caused the new bad guys.
But the Luke I want to talk to for a half second is the optimistic post-6.
Yeah. Sit down with a coffee and go, what are your plans for the Jedi Order?
Right?
Yeah.
What did he think of at the time that Leia picked up the lightsaber and started swinging it?
Yeah.
What did he look at to say, like, fucking throw that shit out in light of what we're literally talking about on screen right now?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. I think that'd be a very interesting thing to look into. But, and I'm sure there's lots, but I'm sure they're all no longer canon. But I'm sure there actually is. There's got to be books talking about it. I would not be surprised.
I urge you to reconsider for all the fallings of the Jedi. There have been so many successes.
That's literally the only way we can go here that isn't Fuck you, old man.
Let us end this. I'm sick of your ramblings. No, letting you live seems more punishment, and it will serve as a lesson to other Jedi, perhaps weaken them with your doubts. At any given point in the light conversation, you can go, and we turn now.
Yeah, we turn right to the dark side.
We've been playing it
Which,
cool.
if we're playing dark side, that is the best dark side answer.
Right,
No,
right.
you being alive and letting you let the guilt set in, that's the real punishment. You don't get to die.
That's darker than murder.
You don't get to die.
Although I want, like, I'm sure he swings at you when you say that.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because we're not going to give you a branch where he puts his head down, drops his lightsaber, and walks away.
Nah, this is a very hard light or dark side
As
interaction
John
at this point.
cranks it up to 12
Yeah.
and breaks the orchestra going...
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, this is one of those moments where it's like, okay, it's literally binary. Are we going light or dark
It
side?
provides no comfort at all, for reasons in which I still must keep secret. Suffice to say, redemption was not Revan's choice, and I have never believed those of the Council who attempt to console themselves otherwise for the crime they committed.
Suffice to say, redemption was not Revan's choice.
Which,
That's
because
true.
we went dark side. If we went light side, or if
That's
Pockets
true.
was light side, it would be like redemption was Revan's choice. But yeah.
Nope, she leaned in.
Yep. All right. Hey, old man.
What else you got?
But we have spoken enough, I think. In words I think dull us both. Let us speak through the Force, through sparring. This is a long war. With
Video
many
game says I gotta fight you no matter what. The reasons
hold
are...
on.
Conserve your strength when using the Force, if you hope to make it through the long road ahead. This form heightens your affinity to the Force, allowing you to gather your strength faster, even in the midst of combat.
Okay.
That seems incredibly useful for our character.
Better regen?
Better regen in combat.
Perhaps exile has been good to you indeed. It has certainly not dulled your instincts, nor the speed at which you learn. I shall go to Dantooine, to the ruins of the Enclave. If you gather the others, I will meet you there. And thank you, Exile. You're returning. It is good that you are back among us.
There we go. We now have an end goal. We're assembling the Jedi and sending them to Dantooine.
Cletus was alright.
Although, if you could just come back, we just gotta shave that. we gotta trim up that. Just turn the lightsaber on and just like you gotta go bald, man.
Motherfucker, that voice actor was totally DJ Professor K. That from Jet Set Radio. Jesus Christ, it's totally.
Oh my
him.
God, I never thought.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yeah. I hear it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I hear it. That's him. That makes sense. That makes total sense. That's crazy.
What the fuck? Learn something new every day, Woolie.
From amazing best hair ever to the fucking worst.
Oh God.
But you know what? Cletus was okay.
He was fine.
He was all right.